Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. This is from an article on Reddit. It's about Tinder and the experiences of men and women on Tinder. Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. I'm just a guy who was desperate to get married for a very long time. Tried all of these dating sites that we had in my day. Tinder wasn't one of them, but I did try like 4 different dating sites, 2 of them twice. Similar results. And I see that little seems to have changed, but I married a woman from the Philippines. That's what this channel is about. Mostly marriage. You know, it's different with someone from another country, but I like to talk about this. The striking thing that is mentioned here in this article that I really can't easily put out there on TikTok, maybe I can on YouTube, is that women match with 36% of those they like. 36%, that's significant to me. While men match with, get this, match with less than 2%. Less than 2%. When I was on eHarmony, Match.com, Christian Mingle, and then there was Plenty of Fish, you know, that was like 7 years ago and longer, I still had a lot of trouble. So, you know, people ask, you know, are there way more guys on these dating sites? And I think there always has been more men on dating sites. It's just not working for a lot of guys, as, you know, they want to contact many women, you know, wanting to improve their chances by contacting many others, and still are having no success. I mean, I only remember one person contacting me on 4 of these sites, and they weren't somebody I was interested in. They did want somebody to talk to, and they were sharing me all their problems. And I was just trying to be nice and polite, but I never did find anybody there. I had to go to Christian Filipina, which is another online dating site, and propose to my wife on our 5th day. Met her on the 5th day of the website, and we got married in less than 8 weeks. So that actually worked for me. I think the women are hungrier for relationships overseas. So just some comments here from this Reddit article. I'll try to pick some out. One guy says, yeah, the dating world is dominated by women. True. Every girl I ever dated was heavily engaged, married in 2 years after we split up, and I'm still struggling to even go on a date more than once every 6 months. I didn't go on many dates for a few decades. I didn't want to just be indiscriminate. I wanted to find somebody I had some interest in, some attraction to, and just see if they wanted to go on a date. But gosh, you know, it's like people were afraid of that. And this guy says, I'm on the subreddit dating over 30-year-old guy who isn't overweight with a good career. I go on a date with a new woman every month or so. That's good. Some of the women on that sub said they go on dates with new people once or twice a week. That's insane to me. I would never have the opportunity to do that. He's still doing well, but it seems like the women, you know, can do much better than guys do on these dating sites. One guy says, I don't have all the answers, even much of a dog in this fight as a happily married man who met his wife on Tinder. But I guess it has something to do with a few factors, largely accessibility. He says, my experiences, admittedly limited, have been that women interested in romantic partners don't really have to jump through hoops. Women not interested are regularly propositioned, which is in itself problematic to some. Basically, they don't need Tinder. They can walk down the street and be harassed by 100 thirsty dudes. Obviously, most would not want that. Meanwhile, men do not have that experience generally. Some might say they wish women would try to randomly pick them up on the street. Wouldn't that be easy? There's some deep, hard to parse cultural factors at play that can also be sensitive. He says, I will leave my thoughts there. it is tough to find somebody online. I think there are most likely a lot of decent men online. I mean, where are they going to find somebody? It's just getting really hard. But my experience was I couldn't find anyone that was equally or even close to serious about finding someone. I do kind of suspect, please leave your comments on this type of thing, the Tinder imbalance for women. It just seems to me that women are maybe more interested in just getting the attention and comparing that attention with each other, but for some reason aren't interested in that guy and seeing what's behind the picture, what's behind the man in the profile on Tinder. You know, the Eagles song, "You Better Let Somebody Love You Before It's Too Late." Great song. I've seen him in concert once or twice. That was the last song of the night, the encore, of course. And a lot of women are going to be leaving themselves out because they have an opportunity to find somebody decent online, don't you? On Reddit and places, like that. I mean Tinder, not Reddit. Tinder, and who knows, there's probably dozens more that I've never even heard of. But yet they don't seem to be very serious about it. And you never get anywhere if you aren't going to be proactive and serious. So once again, it's hard for me to say, hey buddy, stick in there, hang in there, and keep going to Tinder and whatever, eharmonymatch.com, and sign up there, because I just think they're probably going to be very disappointed, disillusioned, and then quit. I only did a couple of these things twice because I thought, what else am I going to do? I don't want to be alone the rest of my life. Maybe somebody out there will be lonely and say, well, this guy seems like a decent guy, doesn't seem like a serial killer. I'll message back. Maybe we'll go out, have some coffee sometime, and, make it quick, and then set something else up if we don't spook each other out. And I believe I could have. I thought I had potential with these online dating sites. Maybe Tinder would have worked for me. Honestly, I don't know if Tinder is mostly for younger guys or not. That I don't know, because I've been married 7.5 years. I went overseas to look for a wife. So it's called going where you're wanted. This week, lots of men have told me in a recent video, the different nationalities they have ended up finding a wife in. And just because I found one in the Philippines and they speak English doesn't mean that there aren't comparable situations out there for other men. But, like I said before, time is running out. Time waits for no one. You can give Tinder and whatever else is out there a shot. And I hope you find somebody. I'm sure people have, but I also know that a lot of people continue to struggle with that. And there's no guarantee looking overseas. There isn't. All I can try to do is encourage people to look. Don't give up. Keep looking. Try something different. Look for different things. Don't be so picky. Value character. Value the companionship, which is so precious. My wife's upstairs studying for school. I get to do my thing, but we're going to sleep together. We're going to be able to plan things together. It's incredible. So it's tough out there. Don't give up. Do whatever you have to do, and even consider looking for love beyond the sea.